Hello everyone. Today I'm going to make a different kind of t-shirt design. Like I get this request how to work with different clients or how to work with Fiverr or Upwork. So this was a order on my Fiverr. This is a company logo, Money Team Mike, and this man wanted a t-shirt design for this brand. Now for this kind of work, this is not the regular kind of work, but of course if you are working as a t-shirt designer, you must know how to work this kind of branding t-shirt designs. So the first task was for me to create a t-shirt design, and the text is, you can see this, Money Team Mike. So this is actually a website, moneyteammike.com. I am not recommending anything, just you can take your idea. So this is a investment website. They help others to invest in some kind of schemes. So okay, I don't want to talk about that. So my client business is helping people investing in some profitable niches. So for this kind of website, he want a t-shirt design for his staffs. So this is the text here and the theme here, this is the logo. So first of all I need to generate the basic idea that what this company actually do. They are actually investing company, so they are showing the graph here, the it is going up day by day. That means it is helping you to grow day by day. Here is a dollar sign, here is the text Money Team Mike. So this is what I need to make here. So first of all I am going to type those text. So this is my Money Team Mike text. Now for this kind of designs you need to make like several concept, not like one design and your client is going to like that. So I'm going to use here now alt black. This font is really good font. I like this font because it is actually bold, like bolder than some other fonts, so that's why I like this font. And of course you can see they are using everything in capital letter, so that's a plus point that I need to understand. They are like, this is a logo of that company, that means the client already liked this one, so he putting this as his logo, so I need to follow that logo. That is the main point of this design here. So I'm making them all capital letters. Now as you can see, this is my text. I'm going to just keep a copy here, then I'm going to break them because I want to align them perfectly. You can see they are using a center align here and then using these graphs here. So first of all is making a t-shirt design. My basic idea was I'm going to make a t-shirt design like this with the text only. Then of course I will use some related graphics in this design. So this is, I'm just keeping them all together like the same proportion here. So this is the first step. I'm going to make it here. Now as we can see, here is a graph there representing that it is going up, so we can do something similar to that. And for that I'm going to create some lines here. This is just going to be some random lines, just this one, then a copy here. We can follow the same amount here, like 5 bars they are using here. So if I keep pressing Ctrl D, it is going to maintain the same distance, but of course it should be a little higher than the, like this one should be a bit lower like this, then this one something like this, then of course this one I'm going to make it a bit bigger than this one, then of course this one. So this is the basic idea. I can align this Y with this one, or maybe I can just make it, okay, let's do something funny here. Not funny, this is just going to be very relevant. So I'm going to make it the same width of my Y here. Okay, so I need to work with this part here, selecting my selection tool, then I'm making it same width of my Y here. And of course for this one here I'm going to make it same size like this. Now this one is a bit thinner than these two, but that is not a problem. Basically I'm going to keep it as it is. And of course for showing the growing graph here, I need a arrow pointer here. I can use my pen tool, or I always use this polygon or a star tool. Take any one like polygon, press shift to draw a polygon like this, but without releasing the mouse. Keep it like this, keep pressing, then press the down key on your keyboard like this, and it is going to make the corners like more or less something like this, and I want it to be a triangle. So if I now, if it is looking like this, if I press shift, it is going to work perfectly as a proportion here. So that is good. Now I'm going to keep it something like this in the center point, of course, and then of course I'm going to make it smaller to fit in the same direction. So that is how it is looking right now. So if I want to make it a little big, smaller like this, so that is good. Now as you can see, this is a one design already made. I'm making them a group. Okay, sorry for that, I forgot to turn on the key strokes like this. Okay, so now for the coloring options here, as you can see, this is how it is looking right now. But what should be the color? So this one is from their website. This is in CMYK, that's why this yellow is a brighter yellow. This is in RGB color, so that's why this is in something like this colors here. So this was on his website, so this is what people will see about their logo, and this is just an PNG image he sent me. So I am going to follow this image because this is their outer brand, like people will know them by this logo. So if I select this one here, okay, I make them a group, I'm ungrouping them, and now I am going to use some colors from this area. I am going to select this money, team, and mic. I'm going to make them this green, or maybe something like this green. It is that green but looking like less because of the PNG logo is in lower format, lower resolution, so that is good. Now of course when I'm making this like that, I'm going to select my this Y here only, then I'm going to make it yellow. So which yellow I should use? I am going to pick my eyedropper to click here, or maybe here it is going to pick me that yellow. Then of course I am going to select this one, press I to pick color, then press here. So it is going to make that in yellow color. And of course for this area I am going to use the, I can use the black here, I can use the white here, because both of the colors are in the logo. You can see the white here and the black here, so I'm going to use the white for now because it is already in black, so that's good. Now for this pointer I'm going to make it same yellow color. So this is on design idea I made for him. As you can see, this is representing their money team mic, and of course they are in their color theme, and of course with the growing graph. This is just a rough, I made this precisely when in the final file, but I'm just showing you here. So this is, I think this one should be white too, because only this one should be in yellow, so that's good. Now this is on option for him. Now I am going to create another idea because this is very similar to his logo. I make actually two design for him and he liked both, and I gave him both. But for this one here, if you look at the logo, it is very similar to the logo, so he may think that I have already this design I have, so why should I use this one? Okay, so maybe we can do something else here. Let's try something else. I'm going to make a graph inside here. Like for the next design, I'm planning to make a dollar sign with this O here. So if I am going to make a dollar sign for that one, I can simply, okay, let's make the dollar sign here. So I need this font. If I double click to select it, I am pressing shift 4 for this dollar sign, and that is good. Let's create outline for that. Now for this one, I am going to cut it. Now if I select this O only, just like this, I am pressing V, Ctrl V for paste. You can see this is the center position. I am going to keep it something like this. So this is the center point. Now a little bit bigger, I think that much is good, but I want this O to be a little thinner, then I will get bigger space in the middle, and that will represent my design well. So I'm taking a ellipse here too, and pressing shift and alt, then clicking in the center position just like this, then dragging it to make it a perfect ellipse from the center. Now this ellipse is selected. If I click on this O, I can select them both, press shift M for shape builder, press alt, and it is this part. You can see this part is now, the O is now looking thicker. So if I select this one here, I'm going to make it that yellow color because that is the money representing here. So I'm keeping it all yellow. So this is a one style for him. Now let's create another style. So if I take my this text here, I'm going to of course break them. Now for this one here, I am going to make everything same size wide like the money team mic. Okay, the team should be a little smaller than the other text. So Mike is his name, so I'm going to right now focus on his name because that will give him some kind of, he will feel good that his name is being the focus point, just like this. Now I can of course make this one bigger also, money team, everything same size bigger, but I want to just keep it smaller so that it looks like this text becomes in the focus point. Now for this area here, I am going to create a rectangle first. So let's create one with the same wide like this with this area. But okay, let me just bring some space here. So this one, this rectangle I am selecting, press Ctrl X Ctrl B to cut and paste in back. Now I want to make it a little bigger than my team text. So if I select my team text, I can see this is how it is going to look. So if I select these two, I can simply align them center wise just like this. Then I'm going to select my team text, cut, select this one here, this rectangle here, then open the transparency for it, press Ctrl F to paste in front. It is going to look like that. I can simply make this with minus font, but I am not going to do that because if my client asks me to do some changes here, I will not be able to do that. If I use minus font, I would have to make this again. So that's why I use transparency, and this is looking like just like that. So I'm going to copy this money sign from here, this dollar sign. Let's copy that one. So here is some extra area in the side of my text, you can see just like this. So that is the reason I am going to fill this area with this dollar sign. So just like this maybe will work for me. I am selecting them both, align them center wise, selecting the rectangle also, align them center wise. That is good. Now again I am going to select this two dollar sign, cut, select this option, click on the transparency, press Ctrl F to paste in front. Now this should be in complete black, and then you can see this is how it is looking right now. So that's good for me, no problem. Now as we created some graph here, we represented money here, we represented the growing graph here, that is good. So for this one here I am going to do the same. So I am going to represent the growing graph here, but in a different way. So this is our O for the money here. I'm going to double click to isolate the O so that I can select it. Now I'm going to use my pen tool here. So I'm just clicking somewhere like this, then pressing shift for keeping the proportion just like this. Then again click here. I'm going to click something like this, and this is how it is looking right now, but I want it to be in a stroke, so it is in fill mode. You can see if I make it like this, it is going to fill. So I'm pressing shift X for converting that into a stroke point. Now if I make it bigger, maybe 10 pixel or maybe 20 pixel, 20 is looking good for me, so let's keep it 20. Now for this area here I am going to select this part, and keeping the proportion I am just making it a little bigger just like that. Then I am selecting the stroke, I don't need that to be a stroke anymore. I'm expanding it, so that is good. Now for this area here I want to keep it same wide, so I'm pressing shift E for eraser tool. Now if I press alt here and click like a drag like a rectangle, I can erase it with a rectangle like that. So I'm going to keep the lower part same with my other graphics, so that is good. that part is good. Maybe that is too closer to my aim, so just like this is good. Now I want to make it look like going inside from the O here. So the transparency trick of course, so I'm going to create a offset path for my this line here. 7 pixel is, maybe make it 10 pixel, no problem. So that is good. Cut. Now I want this part of the line like going from behind the O, then this part coming inside from the O and going top of the O. Okay, so this part also I want to keep the N behind my this bar. So let's first of all select the N, open the transparency, paste in front. It is going to look like this from this area. That is good. Now select my O, open the transparency, press Ctrl F to paste in front. That is good. Okay, why it is showing shift alt only? Okay, there maybe there is some problem. Okay, so for this one, sorry guys. So as you can see, this is looking good right now. So this is how it is looking right now. Now this part should be behind the O, but this part should be on top of the O. So I am selecting it inside the transparency. I am not selecting the original shape. I am selecting the shape inside the transparency. Pressing Shift E for eraser. I am going to erase this part because I don't need it. Just like this. So this is good. Now click here to come inside from the transparency. Now this O should be on top of the bar. So I am selecting the O here, making offset path for my O like the same size offset path. That is good. Cut. Now I need to select my this bar here, then open the transparency for it, press shift sorry Ctrl F to paste in front, and this part should be on top of that bar but not this part. So I am selecting it, pressing shift E to erase this part from here. Everything else I just want this part to be here, so I can simply erase the rest of it, no problem. Just keep this part here. So as you can see, this is how it is looking right now, and that is good. Actually I am double clicking to come inside from the transparency. That is good. Now I need that rectangle, so let's click here to select my this rectangle from here, copy. I am going to paste it here. I need to make it rotate like something like that, but it should be in black so that we can see it well. So that is good. Now for this area here I want to make it like the, okay, let's create something here. If I click here, it is going to give me a line like this. So I am going to align that with the same ratio of my N here. This is important because we are making a branding design. It should be like fit perfectly with our design, something like this. You can see it is still not perfect, maybe like that. Okay, so this is how it is looking right now. We can simply select our direct selection tool to match the ratio here. Now that is good. Now I don't want it to be like matching with my N here, but I want to keep some distance here, just like this. Okay, so that part is looking, this part is looking a little weird, so let's take our direct selection tool to make it a little bigger from that area to just match the proportion here. Okay, so I can select this pointer of course, and then if I make it something like this, it is going to look perfectly fine for me right now. So that is good. Now as you can see, we created the money theme here, the going graph theme here, and this is how it is going to look for us. So I am selecting this part. I am going to make it yellow. The rest I am going to make it just this green, but of course this one I am going to make it white. So I am selecting that bar, make it white, then again select this part to make it white. So that is good. I am selecting them all like this, make it a group. So this is the final design for my this video guys. These two concept I made for him from his logo. So I hope this one will give you some idea guys how to work with client orders or different marketplaces. So I am making this one because I wanted to share with you guys what you are going to learn from the course I am starting. So that's it for it today's video guys. I hope this one gives you some idea. how to make branding kind of t-shirt designs. So see you in the next video guys, have a great time. Thank you.